Hello and welcome to another Battlefield 6 weapons guide slash build. In today's guide, we'll be talking about none other than the AK4D, the real world equivalent to a G3, a gun that honestly hits really hard, but has a few negatives that I think we're going to talk about a bit in this video. Without further ado, the first thing we're going to talk about, of course, is the muzzle attachment. I'm going to personally pick with the suppressor because this thing is loud as hell. You, of course, can go the compensated or just our normal brakes that we usually go on assault rifles. That is up to you. But for my own build, I am going suppressor because I want to be quiet. Now, for your barrels, I do think the extended and the short are both viable options. The short simply gives you better hip fire accuracy and kind of faster ADS, while the extended gives you honestly just more velocity with your bullets. Really up to you. I like the short personally just because of the ADS buff, because this thing's a beef boy. As far as our vertical grip, the only thing we care about as usual with our assault rifles is the 6H64. So besides the 6H64, you're just going to use everything till you unlock it, and then you're just going to run it as is. Magazines, of course, we're going to run the 20 round and then the 20 round fast mag and then the 30 rounder if you ever get there because that's level 40. But you're primarily probably going to be with the 20 round fast mag, which is also nice. Bullets, standards, because this thing hits like a truck regardless. Of course, our red dot we're going to put on because I like a little bit of extra hip fire accuracy. And then as far as our scope, I will admit for this one, I felt a little bit different. I think this thing can honestly be run as a DMR. So while I might enjoy the two times, I do think there is a world where the ACOG or the variable 1 through 6, 1 through 5, will be pretty good with this gun as the single fire is pretty clean. Now we actually look at this thing. This thing is a monster. It's almost as awkwardly big as the G36, but this thing hits like a truck. There's 33 damage a bullet, which means it takes about 3 body shots to kill somebody. The thing about this gun is, though, is the bloom itself is pretty nutty. And what I mean by bloom is that the weapon spread once you go full auto from a distance is honestly kind of disheartening. Which really makes me only believe that this gun is really super efficient from about 10 to 20 meters. I know some of the other guns we've covered kind of have that efficiency from a distance, and this gun is only efficient from a distance if you single fire, which, I mean, isn't a negative, but it can feel pretty bad in long range kind of gunfights. But honestly, this gun is really fun to use simply because it does a ton of damage. In the clips I provided, I tried to show the best way possible of how this gun kind of functions as a 10 to 15 meter gun. And honestly, there isn't many gunfights you're going to lose one-on-one just because this gun does so much damage. And unless they get 5 or 6 shots on you first, or even less than that, you're probably going to win the gunfight just because it kills them in 3 bullets. Now, there really isn't really much counterplay to that, except for the fact that this gun's rate of fire is pretty slow. In its mag size, the 20, it burns through it in about a second and a half of full auto. Now, think about that in clearest terms. That means the 3 mags that come based with this gun, which is honestly what in most of these clips what I always start with, those 3 mags can possibly be done in about 40 seconds if you are burning through enemies or if you're just missing shots. So this gun more than anything comes off is really a assault rifle that feels like a DMR that is really just full auto. Now, does that mean it's strong? Yes. Does that mean it has the weakness of kind of being a smaller mag DMR styled gun? Well, yes, because there's a couple clips I have here where I'm just running out of ammo and just trying to find someone to drop me ammo. And I'm pretty much just stuck with my pistol and my shotgun or whatever I have in my secondary, just trying to find something. But, I mean, the benefits to this gun more than anything are the fact that it does hit really hard. I do think it really probably will end up being a gun that they nerf a little bit because the 3 bullets to kill in the chest feels pretty strong considering you have 21 bullets per mag. I mean, hey, this gun is unlocked relatively late. I believe this gun is unlocked level 34-ish, somewhere around there. This is a 30-plus level gun, but it definitely feels like a late-game assault rifle that is just going to shred through everybody in front of you. But the downsides, of course, like I said, are that the spray pattern from a distance of more than 20 meters is insane, and the magazine size and the mags that they give you, since you start with 3 in assault, is going to feel like the worst thing possible if you are not good at placing your shots. But as you can see, from a close range, there's not really anybody that's going to beat you. Now, do I think this gun is fun? Yes, I think this gun is extremely fun, but I think you have to go into it with the idea that with how this gun functions on full auto, you're not going to be spraying people from a distance. You are going to have to get close or relatively close, or you're going to have to do a little DMR action, which, hey, it also feels pretty good as a DMR as well. But overall, I have to admit the time with this gun was pretty fun. I was kind of hesitant to even try to make a video on it because once I started playing with it, the rate of fire seemed like it wasn't really going to work. But after about, let's say 6 hours of total usage total, then I can honestly say this gun is really fun. If you can get past the fact that the mag size is really small and the gun has a really awkward kind of spread from a distance. But within 5 to 10 to 15 meters, even, you are going to shred whoever's in front of you. And honestly, if you can control the recoil with some of the stuff we talked about, from either the normal brakes that we usually run on assault rifles to the suppressor itself, I do think we have what amounts to a very strong assault rifle that will probably serve you pretty well going into unlocking the last assault rifle at level 50. Now, as always, the build will be in the description. I hope you all enjoyed this video so far. The last couple minutes are just going to be a couple more clips of this gun kind of seeing it in action, just so you can kind of see how it really does function in a world outside of the training grounds. The gun is really fun. It has really the versatility to be something long range or something you can run close range. I ran it close range myself, but the power that you have in 33 damage per bullet feels like something that will honestly get you pretty far. And honestly, in a world where DMRs kind of feel kind of weird with their rate of fire, I really do think this gun can be run as a DMR that has a pretty decent rate of fire. But as always, I hope y'all have a good rest of your day, a good rest of your month, and a good rest of your year. And I hope to see y'all on the next Battlefield 6 video. We will keep trying these out for probably another week or so until I get tired of it. But until that day, I hope y'all subscribe, like, comment any guns you want me to cover. And yeah, that's enough blabbing for today. I hope y'all have a good rest of your night. Love y'all as always.